Yeah, let's talk about heat. So heat's a major disruptor. I mean, basically you want to sleep in a cave. You want it to be dark and cold.
And silence.
So and silent. We can talk about noise as well, which is interesting because I live in the city and we talk about different tools for that.
Yeah.
But heat will absolutely wipe out your deep sleep. And going back to when I was sleeping 9 hours and getting 0 to 15 minutes of deep sleep, waking up feeling like absolute garbage. The main reason was I was sweating 3 to 4 pounds of water where my body was touching my mattress. And my room was cold. It was 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 16, 17 degrees Celsius. And what I didn't realize is, your body heat gets trapped where your mattress is, where you're making contact, and that causes you to over sweat, causes you to toss and turn, and basically your sleep's being absolutely disrupted. So the chili pad or the sleep aid or whatever it's called, those are really good solutions. I'm a huge mega fan of the chili pad. It's one of the greatest sleep investments that anybody can make, and basically allows you to chill the surface area below your bed sheet, and you can control that. And if you have a partner, you can get a dual and they can control their side, you can control your side, so you get the perfect temperature for your body. And that's a game changer. Like that's maybe a more significant investment, but absolutely worth it. Are you a fan of the chili pad?
Yeah, I've used it. Unfortunately, I returned it because it didn't get as cold as I liked it. I like it as cold as possible because I'm a very hot sleeper. But yeah, I absolutely recommend the chili pad, especially in the summer months. If you live in a humid climate, it's, I mean, anybody who's ever tried to go to bed hot and sticky, like it just does not, it does not feel good. And you can tell when you wake up the next morning, the quality just isn't there. So yeah, chili pad, huge fan. And then you mentioned the temperature. The ideal temperature range for your room is between what is it, 62 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Again, you really want your head to be cooler. So, like in my opinion, and by the way, they're V3, so their original chili pad was not as cold. Their V3, I'm nowhere near as cold as you can get that thing. It'll wake me up.
Oh
So I
wow.
just want
Okay.
to say that they've continually improved their product or their third iteration.
Love it.
But yeah, you want your room to be quite cold, and then ideally use a weighted blanket. And again, I'm from Canada. One of my favorite things growing up, one of the few things I enjoyed about winter was it was really cold in the room, and you'd be like 5, 6 blankets deep, and there was just incredible comfort. And of course, now you can just buy these really heavy weighted blankets that that simulate that.
Mhm.
But yeah, chili pad, really cold room, weighted blanket. That to me, and a great mattress, which we'll get into next, is the magic formula for me.
And then a couple other things that we briefly touched on for reducing body temperature is avoiding food close to bedtime because digestion raises body temperature, and then also avoid workouts before bed. And if you do, like emergency situation, um, find your core body temperature elevated before bed, either because it's too hot or you did a workout or you ate a meal. A hack that I learned is, like you mentioned, the head needs to be about a degree cooler. I've learned that a damp, cold, or frozen towel or ice pack on the forehead works wonders. Same thing with the palms. Actually, I went to this CrossFit gym in Wisconsin, or no, Minnesota, and they had what are called ice grenades. These little frozen plastic handheld, like little tiny dumbbell looking things. And they would have us hold these in between sets to reduce the core body temperature so we could, go in the workout longer. Have you ever heard of those?
I have, and I've used a couple of other tools. So this is a great track. I've had some of the greatest deep sleep scores of my life using cold before bed.
Oh,
Few ways I've
same.
used it. I have a cryo helmet. So you put this thing in the freezer. They use it a lot for injuries, and we've used it for when we're doing brain training. For really, really pushing the limits. But the cryo helmet is one thing I've used. I've also used the cold vests, like the ones where you can put in the freezer.
Yeah.
It freezes the gel packs. You can use that. And I've done ice baths, and I've talked to other people that have done it. And everybody that I know who's used those tools or similar tools have reported just off the charts deep sleep. However, if you look at the research, what's interesting is
It's the opposite.
warm baths, warm baths have very good data as well. So I think, again, maybe depends on the person, but it seems that both warm baths and cold will enhance sleep. And I think it depends on your metabolism. Like if you have a hot metabolism, maybe you're a woman in menopause or you're a guy with a lot of muscle mass, you're doing a lot of exercise, then cold might work better. And if you're somebody that may be a little running a little cooler, then a warm bath might work. But the data is really, really solid on warm baths. So of course, a warm bath, if you use Epsom salts, let's just talk about the nervous system real fast and sleep, because we talked about the beta brain waves. There's another way to see this, the big picture. So if you're in a beta brainwave state, you are in fight, flight, or freeze, right? Your nervous system has two components, sympathetic, parasympathetic. So again, beta brainwaves is in the sympathetic zone. In the middle is alpha brainwaves. And then obviously to get to theta and delta, you're absolutely parasympathetic. So the other tool we can use is anything that shifts your nervous system into the parasympathetic zone will improve your sleep. And that's why Magnesium Breakthroughs has just been our best-selling product. We have thousands and thousands of people reporting the best sleep of their lives because the magnesium is shifting their nervous system over to parasympathetic. So I just wanted to make sure to really highlight the importance of that. And really anything you can do to shift your nervous system into parasympathetic, whether it's a warm bath, floating tanks, like you name it, it will improve your sleep, almost guaranteed.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this clip, check out the full episode on the Captain's Lifestyle Podcast. Also, check the description for links to discounts on the best sleep supplements that I personally use and recommend.